Jason Statham is being called the toughest guy in Hollywood and an action hero for a new generation. He'll hold on to those titles, no doubt, with his latest movie, The Mechanic, from CBS Films, in which he plays a different type of hitman.
Well,
not so good for your side.
those were my two best teams. I guess I'll have to send more.
Save the fuel. Coming for you.
And Jason Statham is with us this morning. Good morning. Good to have you here. So obviously this is a romantic comedy.
In some ways.
Were you a fan of the original? I mean, Charles Bronson back in 1972.
I've been a Bronson fan for many years, and in fact, most of the movies from the 70s. So when the opportunity came, it's ironic that it was the same script that was actually the shooting script from the original that I signed on to do. You just never know how things sort of transpire, but in the end, you know, they have to kind of modernize it and give it a modern sort of a turn for the today's audiences.
Yeah. Now, the producers said they could not even imagine doing this movie without you leading the way, you starring in this thing. That had to be pretty flattering to know that basically you were the target.
It's very flattering, yeah. Irwin Winkler's a very significant producer. He's done some brilliant films, and that to come from him is a nice thing, sure, yeah.
Yeah, you got to be in pretty good shape to pull off a lot of the stunts you pulled off, because you don't employ a whole lot of stuntmen. You like to do your own stuff a lot of the times, huh?
I sort of dug my own hole with that, if you like. One of the first action films I did, we didn't sort of have any financial reserves.
No budget.
To do any green screen or any sort of enhancement to any of the stunts. So you had, I ended up doing all my own stunts, and so now it's an expectation, and it's a sticky situation that I can't seem to get out of.
I mean, this thing off the side of the building right now. Now, I know this might surprise a lot of people, but you used to be a diver, okay? And you were able to actually employ some of those skills that you learned way back when into some of the stunts you did in this movie.
We do a lot of training that sort of creates scenario awareness, if you like. So. It gives you a lot of confidence when you're standing on the edge of a 300-foot building. But I'd like to add, Ben Foster is not someone that is very used to doing anything like that. So for him to get up there and also do that stunt was just incredible.
How did he respond?
You know what? He's a real.
I mean, I want you to be honest with me.
He's a tough actor, and he's a brilliant actor, to say the least. But for someone who throws himself in a situation that he's not very keen on heights at the best of times, it's something to admire.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been too good. Again, it's a very physical. It's one of those types of movies where you can see you could probably beat yourself up pretty good. You say the best way to stay in shape is.
The best way to stay in shape is.
Yeah, I mean, you're
looking for a tip.
You're talking about the prison workout. It sounded a little extreme to me. So I was wondering, what do you do to maintain the physical shape so you don't get hurt out there?
I think there's a lot of things you can do. If diet and exercise are the two contributing factors to staying in shape, and as long as you employ those, you'll be all right.
You're on the cover of Men's Journal, the toughest guy in Hollywood, his wild life and his shady past. Remember, this is morning television here, but how shady a past was it?
Don't read the article. Far too revealing.
Are you surprised though? I mean, you have come a long way. I mean, it's kind of one of those Mark Wahlberg stories where you kind of had that troubled childhood or early adulthood, and now here you are. You're acting alongside the likes of De Niro and even a Wahlberg, and your career is where it is now. Yeah,
it's a strange world. It can happen to anybody, I suppose.
Well, we appreciate you coming and talking to us, Jason. Thanks so much.
For having me on.
The Mechanic opens nationwide next Friday.